Here in the Delta, humanity first learned to settle and thrive. These homes marked a shift from wandering to rooted community life. Brick by brick, they built the foundations of future Egypt.
Agriculture reshaped their destiny, giving stability and growth.
The river's generosity allowed life to flourish here.
Their craftsmanship reflected skill, creativity, and precision.
Fishing became a lifeline, complementing their early farms.
Communal labor strengthened social bonds and cooperation.
Their pottery captured emerging artistic expression.
These pathways reveal a community planned with intention.
Adornments spoke of identity, beauty, and early symbolism.
Shared spaces nurtured unity and long-term cooperation.
Trade connected them to distant cultures beyond the Nile. Barter systems shaped the earliest networks of exchange. Varied crops ensured resilience in changing seasons. Their tools reveal astonishing technical understanding. Food storage allowed them to survive environmental hardships.
Water shaped their world, guiding every choice they made.
Nothing went to waste. Every resource had purpose.
The Delta's abundance offered endless opportunity.
Grinding grain marked the daily rhythm of life. Fireside creation reflected both skill and tradition.
Reeds provided tools, shelter, and endless creative uses.
Their layout shows organized thought and early planning.
Figurines symbolized beliefs taking shape in material form. Each sunrise unlocked new possibilities for growth. Early herding supported their steady transition to settled life. Even broken pieces carry stories of daily routine.
Growth reflected a society learning to adapt and thrive.
Their tools were simple, yet impressively effective.
Each harvest strengthened their confidence in settled life.
Paths leading outward carried goods, stories, and ideas.
Art became a quiet expression of identity.
Imported obsidian reveals their far-reaching connections.
They honored their dead with care and quiet ceremony.
Objects placed in graves reflect belief in life beyond death.
The Delta's beauty shaped their worldview and survival.
Bundled harvests gave security through unpredictable seasons. Collaboration built the strength of their community.
Their pottery carried both function and beauty.
Waterways formed the lifelines of their settlement.
Daily movement kept trade and life flowing.
Knowledge passed gently from one generation to the next.
Their tools shaped both survival and innovation.
Evening brought rest, warmth, and shared stories.
Each seed symbolized hope for a better tomorrow.
Here, the earliest foundations of Egyptian civilization quietly took root. This was the moment villages began transforming into society.
Order replaced randomness as communities grew in complexity. Water management became the backbone of survival and growth.
Agriculture shifted from experiment to reliable system. Surplus changed everything, creating stability and opportunity. Life here followed shared rhythms and routines. Pottery became a language of art and identity. Precision tools reflected growing technical mastery. Beauty and function now existed side by side.
Settlement design revealed deliberate planning.
Symbols hinted at stories, beliefs, and meaning.
Domesticated animals supported economy and trade. Burials revealed the first signs of social difference. Status quietly emerged through burial practice. Distant materials proved long-range trade was growing. Trade connected communities far beyond the Nile. Exchange strengthened economic and cultural ties.
Amulets reflected belief, protection, and identity.
Ritual objects expressed early spiritual thinking. The river's behavior dictated planning and survival. Nature's cycles shaped every decision they made. These markings hint at the birth of proto-writing.
Shared rituals strengthened social cohesion. Cooperation allowed communities to thrive together.
Imported materials revealed expanding influence. The river became a highway of culture and trade.
Art became an expression of collective identity.
Seasonal celebrations linked society to nature.
Organization reflected long-term thinking.
knowledge passed carefully between generations.
Skill transformed raw stone into precision instruments.
The land rewarded planning and patience. Ceremony became central to communal identity. Growth demanded new forms of organization.
Leadership emerged through experience and respect.
Craft extended beyond tools into daily comfort.
Animals held meaning beyond survival. Ritual connected society to unseen forces.
Resource management became a shared responsibility.
Engineering supported population growth.
Adaptation turned harsh land into opportunity. Belief in an afterlife began to take form.
Evenings brought reflection and shared purpose.
Repetition suggests shared cultural language. Naqada was becoming a hub of exchange.
Adornment marked status and connection.
These villages carried the promise of civilization. Naqada stood between nature and human ambition. Here began the true dawn of pre-dynastic Egypt. Naqada II marked a powerful surge in population and ambition. Villages grew into organized centers of life. Specialized labor began to define society. Craftsmanship reached new levels of precision and beauty. Art became a language of power and belief. New materials fueled technological progress. Metal introduced new forms of status and utility. Leadership emerged through visible distinction. Elite burials reflected rising social hierarchy. Trade networks connected distant worlds. Resources flowed through expanding exchange systems. Wealth became a tool of influence. The river unified economy and culture. Geography shaped political power.
Order replaced improvisation.
Protection became a shared concern. Production zones reflected social coordination.
Belief systems grew more complex.
Symbols carried authority and meaning. Fertile land fueled population growth. Control of water meant control of survival.
Surplus strengthened political influence.
Authority emerged through organization.
Visual language hinted at early administration. Naqada II extended beyond the Nile. Desert routes carried wealth and ideas. Luxury materials reflected rising elites.
Small villages evolved into proto-states.
Spiritual life unified expanding populations.
Art documented the world they lived in.
Regional centers began to compete and cooperate.
Coordination shaped societal success.
Record-keeping began to take form. Leadership became institutional.
Religion blended with nature's power.
The river remained the heart of life.
Diplomacy emerged alongside competition.
Adornment signaled rank and belief. Spatial order mirrored social structure.
Culture advanced alongside power. Symbols reinforced leadership identity.
Shared rituals reinforced unity.
Communication accelerated political growth.
Food security enabled expansion.
Technology shaped infrastructure.
Control of goods meant control of power.
Proto-states emerged quietly but decisively.
Egypt's future was taking form. Naqada II prepared the world for dynastic Egypt. Naqada III marked the turning point towards centralized power. Villages began forming unified political centers. Governance started taking physical shape. Leadership could now command collective labor. Social hierarchy became unmistakably visible. Wealth signaled authority and control. Trade reinforced elite status.
Death reflected life's inequalities.
Uniform design hinted at shared identity. Symbols communicated power and belonging. Metal strengthened authority and efficiency. Craft specialization reached new heights. Naqada III expanded Egypt's reach. Goods and ideas traveled together. Art recorded power and memory. Written identity began to emerge. Objects carried sacred meaning. Ritual unified belief and authority. Sacred centers anchored emerging power.
Astronomy reinforced divine legitimacy.
Cosmic order shaped earthly rule.
The afterlife became politically significant.
Leadership blended religion and governance. Territory became a symbol of power. Control extended across land. Meaning was standardized and preserved. Production became regulated. Food security equaled authority. Defense supported centralized rule. Force reinforced leadership. Unity replaced isolation. Influence reached beyond Egypt. Power was meant to be seen.
Animals represented strength and rule.
Ceremony legitimized leadership. Proto-states had fully emerged.
Hierarchy defined social order.
Symbols of rulership took form. Bureaucracy quietly began.
The river unified power. Transformation accelerated rapidly.
Writing anchored memory and rule.
Authority reshaped the land. Urban planning reflected control.
kingship extended beyond death.
Political identity became shared.
Egypt stood on the edge of history.
The age of pharaohs was approaching. Naqada III forged the first kings of Egypt.